Do, do, do. All right. See if I can do this. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. See if we can get it to transfer here. Come on. I feel like all I'm doing is snuffing it out. I've gotten it to work before. It's just tough. This one doesn't seem like it wants to. Get hot enough. To transfer over. Although in this amount of time I could have just lit another match, so. Alright. There was only a little bit left in that one, so. I wonder if I can light this. Come on. Oh, gotta set myself on fire. Nope, that didn't work. In fact, put it out. Alright, sometimes it works. Alright, enough of my dicking around. To keep the lid cracked open, else it won't stay lit anymore. I don't know if it's the stick or if there's just something weird going on with the airflow on that one, but that's the way it wants to be lately. So alright, so we're doing art again today instead of other things, and I apologize, but like I said in my tweet, I'm behind. I need to get shit done because we have to move on to Christmas stuff, and yeah, Christmas stuff is, I don't know how long the Christmas stuff's gonna take, so I'm gonna have to get my butt moving. Whew. Okay, stick that up there so I don't lose that. So I hope everybody is doing okay today, and I hope you'll forgive me for bouncing on Zoo today, but it's crunch time of the year. For me. Alright, so when we last left off, we're working on the head. I think today we'll start to do some beak work and then filter back up into the head area. Please excuse my long sleeves today. I am cold. It's not as chilly as it was last night, but it's still kind of chilly. Oh, that's gonna go sliding. I can feel it already. Okay. So we're gonna drop this in. Hopefully the audio's just me talking. It looks like I've got what I'm listening to muted, so that's good. Alright. So this is gonna need a little bit of a snippy snip, not a huge amount, but a little bit. Okay. Alright, so kind of let that chill for a minute. I kind of want that to start to set up a little bit. Before we move further. Sorry, I was leaning to grab something. Oh, what am I looking for? All of the colors that I'm not wanting, apparently, are what I'm grabbing. Alright, so let's see. We kind of need that. That'll do for right now. Okay. So, while we're waiting for this one to kind of start to grip in. Hey, Mrs. Rucker. How are you? Hope all is well with you today. Alright, so we do need to get some work done on this guy. And I was up early. Didn't want to be up early. It just kind of worked out that way. But here we are. I was like, well, it really is Planet Zoo Day, but at the same time, we really do need to get some more work done on this. And I hate changing stuff up last minute. I really do, but we'll still be doing art on Sunday. This is just going to be an extra art stream this week. So you started a new Alliance Iron Man and you know it can't be tracked. Yeah, that's fine. You know, people are more than welcome to keep going, keep trying. Because, you know, Iron Man didn't have or doesn't have a an edition cap, so you know, that's fine. And we've actually, you know, we've had a couple of max levels that we can't really verify that we're still on the list before the editions were suspended temporarily. Hoping we'll get some updates soon on that situation, but I haven't heard anything yet. Alright. But I'm just glad I did manage to hit 52 last night. That was a struggle and a half. Miscalculated how many candy buckets I was gonna need. And then I had to go back into Stormwind and do a daily. That was kind of vexing, to say the least. We're gonna ask about whether there was any update from... Yeah, no. I don't believe this is a Blizzard issue. I believe this is a website issue. I think somehow the website stopped properly communicating with the API. Because we can see some stuff on, like, character stats, but for some reason the tracker's not grabbing it. So I think it's a website issue and not a Blizzard issue, in my personal opinion. But I'm not in contact with the code team. I don't even know if the code team's had the chance to really look into it yet. Don't know. That's not information I'm privileged to. As far as I know, there's nothing to tell us because she hasn't said anything. So I don't know. I mean, I was hoping we would hear something. Sometimes she tells us the same time she tells you guys, sometimes, but I don't know. I only know of one thing coming, but it's not related to the tracker. It's related to something else. And that's only kind of happenstance. I don't think I was really supposed to know yet, but due to circumstances, I know, so. Because I've been a sounding board for one of the things being worked on.
Is that the thing involving me?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Wasn't entirely sure.
Yes. But, as far as I know, there's been no public talk of that, so I am not going to divulge anything else about it. But it has nothing to do with the tracker whatsoever. That I can assure you. It's fun, but not everybody might think so, so. You're doing the candy buckets? Yeah, like I can't do them on my bloodthirsties, and I'd probably want to gouge my eyes out if I did have to do them all on my bloodthirsties, because I'd be like, no. I hate all of the downtime in between the travel locations. It's the lack of activity in between each spot and waiting to get to each flight point that just drives me fucking nuts. I never did find that one location last night. I gave up. I could not figure out where it was. And Stone Talon's very, very intermixed with Alliance and Horde, and I was getting nervous about where I was flying over, so I was just like, yeah, no, that's okay. But, you can't even run any contests at the moment. Yeah, no, can't do that. At least not in the... Oh, damn. We should have done that. We can't do any traditional contests. Damn. Well, maybe we can use that next year. I will have to talk to her about that. But yeah, no, we can't do any traditional contests. In order for us to do a traditional contest, we would have to have a member of the code team available to work with us the entire length of the contest, in case there's a problem when it goes live, and then, you know, first of all, to set up the code for it, to be available in case there's a problem during it, to troubleshoot anything, and then at the end to stop it and freeze the list. So I don't foresee that happening anytime soon, because the code team that we have now have very, very, very busy schedules. So which one is what? Sometimes I ramble and I don't realize everything I've said. Which one is it? What is that referred to? Oh, the Stone Talon bug. It said Stone Talon Peak on the list for Wowhead. I could not figure out where the fuck it was. Could not find it. And I was getting mad. And I'm like, fuck it. Fuck it. It just said Stone Talon Peak. And I wasn't seeing anything that looked like a candy bucket there. Okay. Maybe it's for the best I skipped that one. All those tentacles and shit make me nervous. That was one of the dig sites they kept giving me on my pacifist. When I was trying to get to 120. And I had to keep waiting for somebody to come in and be up there questing a lot of the times in order to do it. Because it was just way too scary up there. And Fair said that she got hit with a prox kill up there because one of the tentacles killed something, and I was like, ooh. Right, so I'm taking that off my list now. No thanks, don't want that. That's the one you leave out. It's not for the achievement. Yeah, I haven't done the achievement forever because I only really had to do it the once. And that was some time ago. I have my purple drake, I just don't use it because it's huge. And the bigger mounts kind of bother the crap out of me because I feel like I can't see what I'm doing. Alright, that's probably good enough for that. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We can hope that they have some time free soon. Aside from that, unless somebody knows how to code and has time that they can devote to us, and they can feel free to contact Lita through the podcast email. But unless we get somebody else that has the time and the knowledge to help us, we're kind of in a holding pattern waiting for those that have been in there to have time to get back in there. I mean, they may have been looking at it already and I just don't know. Like I said, I'm not privileged to all that information. Yeah, we're kind of stuck. On you need to get one quest during Children's Week, the PvP one. Still have not got around to it. I hate that one. I hate the School of Hard Knocks so bad. I had my husband do it. Because at the time he didn't mind doing it. And I was getting so mad. I'm just like, I can't. I'm not a big fan of PvP. I've done it. I always get my ass handed to me. Not a huge fan of it. But we're gonna need a bit more gray than this, I feel like. Alright, I think that gray is probably set up enough now. Come on. There we go. Glue didn't wanna... The glue bottle did not want to unclog there. You don't like PvP, period. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I have done it in the past. It just gets to a point where I just get too anxious trying to do it, and I can't handle people quote unquote yelling, even though I'm not in voice chat and they're just text typing. I equate it to yelling when I don't really know where all the places are and don't know where the hell I'm going. And I'm not in PvP gear and all that. And I'm usually healing, so I'm like the first one to die. So I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Had enough of that. right now I'm having a hard enough time to get myself to get through earning my flying. Because yesterday was a long day. I was still kind of working through my migraine. It hadn't completely left me by the time I had started WoW stream. And after I had dinner, then I was like, okay, well, we need to get started because we did this on Thursday instead of Wednesday, so I need to work on getting stuff ready for next week now. So since I had the rusted banked, I started working on the Death Knight, got the Death Knight ready, popped onto the Demon Hunter, got the Demon Hunter ready. Demon Hunter didn't take too long because they're still pretty low level, but after I got the Demon Hunter ready, I went to hop on my Hunter, my regular character, to work on my dailies for the day for flying, because I'd skipped the night before because of my migraine, and I'm just like, yeah, no. I sat there staring at the screen. I did my one mission, and then I'm sitting there staring at it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go do this. And I was like, you know what? I don't have to do this today. I have done the three Covenant dailies in the same day before, and I knew I still needed to get some Minecraft prep done for next week, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm tired, I don't really feel like doing anything, my head hurts, I'm just going to go into Minecraft and work on getting some more sandstone smelted while I'm waiting for 3 a.m. so I can medicate the dog so I can go to bed. And that's what I did. I just kind of sat there watching YouTube videos in between smelting sandstone for the city, and that's what I did. You need to get back to doing your Covenant dailies. I am only doing them to try to get flying. And I checked last night. I'm actually at Renown level 23. But, I just have such a terrible time doing the world quests. The motivation is just not there. It's just not there. I'd rather go level Bloodthirsty than do Covenant world quests. It's just the way it is. And I feel terrible about that, but I can only do world quests for so long before my patience is just gone. And I still have quite the ways to go, I think, to get my flying. I don't even think I'm halfway there yet. I mean, those Covenant dailies do give a nice chunk of money when you complete them. It's just getting the motivation to do it. I mean, for me, between 1,700 and 2,000 gold's quite a good chunk of change for one day, because I'm not really crafting anything on that character. It's just a gatherer. And haven't been hardcore gathering because prices had tanked on my server for fish. I haven't looked at flower prices recently, but with the amount of farmers out there, I will not be surprised if those have also hit the floor. So, and then of course seeing how much the token had jumped up to, that was really demotivating as well. I wasn't happy about that. Alright, so we've got, oh wow, yeah, we're gonna need a lot more gray, aren't we? 214. It was at 226 last night for US servers, according to Wowhead. Or at least yesterday evening. My one character's up to, I think, 169,000 between money from Bloodthirsties that have hit 60 that I sent over and stuff. They're kind of becoming my secondary bank alt, since the first bank alt's not really selling anything meaningful on Auction House. But, like, I was making a bit of money on fish at first, but that ship seems to have sailed. Well, it looks a little less soulless now that it has an eye in there. A little less. Alright. So I think I'm gonna have to pull some more gray out of the box here. In fact, I'm fairly certain I'm going to have to. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Not sure what stream's gonna look like for this coming week. I mean, we're gonna do our WoW Challenges stream. That's a given. We'll do the Minecraft stream. We'll see how far we get on this between today and let's see how far that takes us, and Sunday. We might have to do a double art stream next week as well. We'll see. But I've got 2 Christmas presents I've got to get cracking on. So I'm afraid if I delay any longer, they're not going to be done in time. I mean, they're not going to be big like last year. They're going to be smaller ones, but still. Don't want to leave it to the last minute if I can help it. I don't know how I'm sealing them yet, so the sealer might need a little bit of extra time to, that cat, I swear, might need a little bit of extra time to, get unsmelly, depending on which one I use. If I use the real sealer, that one kind of stays smelly for a little bit longer. than I prefer it to. Which is why I tend to go with the Mod Podge, because that one doesn't stink as bad. But the Mod Podge isn't as waterproof. So kind of have to figure out how I want to approach that. I mean, it shouldn't be near any moisture, so it's going to be inside. There. That all tucked in here. Need to get my hand out of the way. So we will see what happens with that. I have to having trouble finding reference photos for the one thing. So that's not boding too well. So I'm a little concerned about that. But we'll see what happens. I have a backup idea, but I don't know if any photos exist of it that aren't in black and white. And if they even still exist, I don't know. Because my second idea involves a building that was around way before the internet was a thing. And to my knowledge, that building is no longer there. At least not how it used to be. So I don't know what to do. I'm at a bit of a loss. Because, of course, the person this is for is a right pain in the butt to shop for and to come up with things for. All right. So I don't know. I found a few photos of the one place on Google. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some more research tonight, trying to track down some things and stuff that I can actually use. I hope. And I forgot the names of the things that my mom told me, so I have to ask her again and hope that she remembered. Okay. It's looking a little less demonic now that we're getting some of the the facial options, features in there. We're gonna need a few more of these. Don't need too much more, but we do need a few. So I'm getting closer to my goal of a max level of every class on the Bloodthirsty, but we still have a ways to go, right? So monks in the 40s. And the others are still kind of lingering. I might just have to suck it up and start running those other guys on top of everyone else if I have the time. If I want to get it done in time. So, because right now the leveling speed on everybody's going pretty good. Monk's starting to drag a little bit, which kind of concerning because I mean, she's just hit 43, so I'm like, oh. I don't think she's dragging worse than like the rogue. The rogue was getting really tough. I mean, we'll see what happens when I get into Bastion. If she makes it into Bastion. She's gonna be very delicate. I don't know how she's gonna handle some of those mobs because the monks, they're good and then they're not. That's what it basically comes down to. It's like, I'm good, and then I'm like, I'm not good, I don't have this. So I don't know if like the gore dot can be removed with expel harm. I don't know. I know oh, what was the spell? Dispel. Didn't really work with the priest to remove the gore. So I don't know if gore can be removed. It certainly can't be interrupted. You're gonna get it. Like, you can step backwards far enough where the character has to, where the mob has to move its feet and it stops casting it, but the second you stop moving backwards and the mob stops having to move, it's gonna cast it again. So unless you're on a character that can constantly keep moving and swinging, I think it's inevitable that that's gonna happen. Warrior is a bit of a concern too. I mean, they'll have the green gear advantage, but the green gear advantage isn't that much of an advantage. I mean, it's something, but it's not gonna be the thing that really saves you from the gore. You still have to be smart about what you're doing and paying attention. Alright. I think I might need to cut a tiny piece. Oh, hey, we had that tiny piece from earlier. Oh no, that was a different color. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. False alarm. So false a doodle. Okay. Alright, now we are going to need some shorter pieces up here. So I'm not sure how I like this beak. The texture changes a little jarring. But at the same time, we couldn't really have the beak done in circular patterns because it's a straight, hard surface. Well, it's not straight, but the lines on it are a little more rigid, not fluffy, however you want to refer to that as. So and that cat won't stop meowing. So the mother-in-law is supposedly stopping by at some point. Don't know if she's spending the night. That was not stated. Probably. But apparently she's not going to be changing out wardrobes or anything, so I don't know how long she's gonna be here. Probably not very long. But we will see. Oh, the cat. He is so bad. He won't leave the other one alone. So let me put him in timeout, and then he just sits there and meows. He has all of the creature comforts he could ask for. And then some. So, I do apologize ahead of time if there's all kinds of commotion in the background. Did you remind her not to be smelly?
Hmm?
Did you remind her not to be smelly?
No, I was gonna make her go through the other room and find out. Because reminding her is meaningless if she doesn't actually listen.
Because I also don't know how smelly her car is either right now.
Yeah, so I was gonna have her go through your parents' room.
And I don't mean smelly in like the way that some people refer to as smelly. Like, I can't do perfume. I can't do lotions. I can do some lotions if the scent is a bit toned down. But more often than not, that's a no. So, I have to like pre-smell stuff before anybody can use it in the house, like shampoos, conditioners, lotions, hairsprays, everything, anything that could possibly have a scent to it. It's ridiculous what triggers my migraines sometimes. And I know people get tired of dealing with me. I get tired of dealing with it on a regular basis. I can't escape this. This is it. I have to deal with this 24/7. You only have to put up with my foolishness for the brief amount of time that you're in my presence. So it's like, how do you think I feel? It's not fun. I miss having smelly things. I loved going in Bath and Body Works and smelling all of the things. I can't even walk past the outside of the store now. It is terrible. Like, the one local mall, the few times that we have been in there, like, we'll be 20 feet outside of the entrance to that place, and I'm like, oh god, I have to hold my breath. It's terrible. I hate it. Like, I hate being this way. But there's not much I can do about it. I actually found one of my triggers being one of the lotions from there. It was a country apple lotion, and I loved it, and I couldn't figure out why I had a migraine for 3 fucking days until I felt better, put the lotion on my hands, and is this gonna come all the way out now? I feel like it's gonna. And put the lotion on my hands, and within an hour my head was hurting again, and I was like, son of a bitch. Like, really? This is what's been making me sick? I used to wear Vanilla Fields perfume all the time. Can't stand to be near it anymore. Even some food cooking is bad for me. It's terrible. Like I said, there's this one incense scent that doesn't bother me. Some days it does. But it usually doesn't. And that one's more of a earthy scent to it. The more perfumey stuff I definitely can't do. If it has any kind of vaguely flowery scent to it, it's not gonna happen. That's just a hard no. Even on other people, it's bad. Like, when I was working, there was a couple people that I worked with that just, they were just so doused in some sort of something. I don't know if it was lotion, perfume, hairspray. I don't know what it was. It could have been a combination of all three. It was not a good time for me at all. Okay. Now, I might need that box back. We might need some more white here. Yeah, just in case. Like, I don't like being a pain in the ass to everybody. Hell, sometimes the deodorizers in the rooms in the hotels that they would use would be a problem when we were traveling. Like the one room, that's why we tend to go Holiday Inn, because they don't tend to do anything too obnoxious for me. Hampton Inn, is our like second choice. We tend to go with those ones because they're a little bit more to our cleanliness standards. Most of them. I mean, I know there's gonna be a few odd ones here and there of the same chain, but they're the ones we've had the least amount of problems with. But what's wrong?
Nothing. Managed to eat.
Oh, good. What'd you eat?
Just have my donut. Just have my donut, but it's a start.
It's something. Get some sugar in you.
Yeah.
But Hampton Inn used the one Hampton Inn we stayed at used a funny scented room deodorizer, and the husband's like, they let me check the room first and it smells funny, and I told them it might be a problem for you, and they're like, that's okay. They're gonna let you smell it before we see if we have to undo this.
It was pretty horrifying.
It was bad, but I really didn't want to drive anymore for the day, and I knew you didn't want to drive anymore for the day, and we were gonna have to get back on the road for probably another half an hour to 45 minutes, because like everything else in that town, there was like 2 other hotels right there, and they were booked. So
the one where was that the one where the AC burned out?
No.
Oh, we're talking about something else. Okay.
No, I think this is when we were on our way to go get my dad the second time.
I thought we stopped there because it was the only thing in the area, aside from a couple creepy hotels.
There was that, and there was 2 other creepy kind of hotels, but the other 2 were booked solid. And we just wanted to be done for the day, and I'm like, well, I mean, it is Hampton. It's not that bad. Like, there really wasn't anything to eat close by. There was like a gas station at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that smell being really horrifying.
But it was like a cherry smell, and it was obnoxious, but I managed to deal with it because I knew that it wasn't a definite no the second I opened the door. But
yeah, usually when it's not going to work for you, usually you know immediately. So.
But it was like their only room they had left open, and I was just like, oh dear. But yeah, I am a pain in the ass to take anywhere, and I know this, and I apologize for that, but not a whole lot I can do. Alright. So we'll work on getting the rest of this worked in here. So the beak doesn't look too bad on camera. Came out a little better than I was thinking it was gonna. I was a little concerned there. But we'll see. There's just so much up in the air with everything right now. I find it unsettling. But I am excited because I found out I'm gonna get the one thing I really wanted for Christmas. But I can't have it till Christmas, even though I know it was ordered, so I'm like, damn. But that's okay. We've got enough stuff to keep us busy up until then anyhow. More than enough stuff. Sorry, I know I keep fussing with this one, but the one edge is like sticking out and it's bothering me. Alright. We're gonna have to do a lot more tissue paper prep, I think, for Sunday. So tonight my plan is to get the monk and the druid together and sorted. And hopefully get some stuff done on my hunter. And then tomorrow, maybe try to get some more blue tissue paper. Twisted at least. We'll see. I might not need to do too much. Sorry, I had some glue welling up there and I wasn't sure if it was glue or a gap, since everything right here is all white. It's a little bit difficult to see sometimes. We have to remember to turn off our front porch light on Sunday because we don't have any candy to give out. Couldn't afford to buy that much candy this year, and even if we did, like, in the past, we've bought the candy and then nobody's come. I think one year we had like 2 people because we're on this busy stretch of road and we don't really decorate for Halloween. The biggest decorations that we did are we have like tape LED lights on our porch up under the overhang where they can't get wet, and we change them to orange for Halloween. They're usually like flamingo pink. For Christmas, we found a red, green, and blue mix that we're just gonna have it color change. Like, I don't think we're gonna put the actual Christmas lights up. I think we're just gonna run with that. And we'll put, like, I have 2 lighted flamingos. We'll put those on the front porch as a very sad attempt to decorate for Christmas. And I've got some other decorations we can try to put up if they've survived from last winter. Hopefully they won't need any repairs. And if they do need repairs, hopefully I can repair them at the dollar store. Okay. Get that in there. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe one more piece of white. And we'll stick that in there. Get this glue off my fingers. Alright. So you can go back in the box because I'm pretty sure I am done with you for this project. Ow! Okay. Okay. Oh. Box of horrors in here that just nothing wants to stay where it's supposed to be. Okay, now, all right. Sorry, the camera's gonna bounce a little bit from where it's positioned. Apologies. All right, so let's start working on this section. Let's make sure our brush is as dry as that's gonna get. Start to move the glue around here. All right. So the head's gonna be kind of in these little, our little round. What is that? What is that? Looks like a piece of. Okay, no, it's just, okay, never mind. I thought there was a piece of glitter in there somehow. I'm like, how? Where is there glitter? There hasn't been glitter in this house. No, I take that back. I think there is glitter in the art supply boxes, but in our craft bins. I haven't used it in eons. Okay, I need this. Oh. So we need some of our blue. Probably way too much on that. And let me grab our black. So we're gonna need that too. Okay. And I need to stop. I didn't realize I was banging the camera that much. Alright. I've got to find something to put under there to keep it from bouncing. Maybe I can find an old sock that I'm not using that I can kind of cut up and fold into a little pad to put under the grippy thing, because the grippy bar is wide, but the grippy bar doesn't have a way to actually grip to the surface, which is a little strange, but not a whole lot I can do about that for the time being. Oh, that is bouncing a terrible amount. I don't remember it bouncing quite that much before. Why is this? Maybe I had it in a slightly different position last time. Alright, we'll go with that. See if that's a little more stable. Alright, I don't see it bouncing as much. So hopefully that will help tamp that down a bit. Get that piece tucked in there. So this section here has a little bit of really dark blue-black shadowing to it. That's why we're trying to get this worked in here. So I don't think mixing these two is really gonna do a whole lot. I mean, it might do something. Just don't know if it's gonna do what I'm looking for. Okay. That pushed it into there. So I mean, sometimes I feel like when you kind of try to mush two colors together, I always feel like the one's gonna overtake the other. And then it kind of feels like, well, that was silly, so all right. Not what I wanted, but okay, you live there now. All right. I'm not in the mood to fight with you, so. Like that was fucking necessary. Sorry, my mother-in-law just pulled in and was like slamming on her fucking horn. And now my dad has to call and tell us like we didn't hear her beeping the fucking horn. She wasn't supposed to have anything that needed help being brought in anyway. She has a cell phone. She can't call and be like, hey, I'm in the driveway. Instead of scaring the shit out of my parents that are in the room right next to the carport, their window's like right there where the car horn's beeping. Ugh. Save me. Save me from the stupid that's about to happen. And now she's probably going to be all high-pitched at the dogs. Oh, dogs, oh, dogs, oh, puppies. And I'm going to be like, no, Momo's hurt. Don't make him fuss. Don't make him be jumping up on his back legs. Please. He's still on muscle relaxers and painkillers. I really don't want him re-injuring himself or making things worse. Cause damn, Momo's medication's a little pricey. And apparently the price Russell had told me last time I thought was just for one. I didn't know he had gotten all of them refilled. But the vet wanted us to start trying to wean him down off of the muscle relaxer. So I'm like, oh, okay. We were already halving it, and now they're like, we halved it ourselves. They're like, let's put that down to a quarter pill. And I'm like, okay. Sure. All right. All right, let's put that in. And we'll work on getting this shadow line in here. Just to kind of try to
Momo, Grammy's home. Do you
I
want to see Grammy?
don't let him jump.
Do you want to see Grammy? Alright, hang on, I'll bring her.
So, this has like a deep shadow line in here, so we definitely want to try to have that bit of separation in there where possible. So get this kind of tucked up in there. Doing the little paper balls does take quite a lot more paper. Probably because we're scrunching it all up into a smaller piece.
You might want to mute for a minute.
Alright guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. The mother-in-law wanted to come in and fuss over the dogs. Momo was trying to jump up. We were very much trying to keep him from doing that. Because we really can't afford for him to have a big setback. That would be a disaster. All right. So we'll get this finished filling in here. And I feel like this whole section really should be the more of the black color, just to separate it out. So we'll add a bit more of that in there. Okay. And yeah, so that's not looking too bad. Looking at that on the camera, because like I'm looking at it like right up in my face, so it's gonna look a little different from a distance. Okay. The beak looks pretty good on camera. Okay, let's drop that into there. And we are, I can't say we're making awesome progress right now at the moment, but we are making progress. I'm excited to get the sealant on here. I'm gonna seal this in Mod Podge since it's kind of like decoupaging, kinda, and I know that it won't destroy the paper. I don't know if one of the other sealers I have that's a brush on, if it will, I don't know what it'll do to the paper, but I can use the Mod Podge without having to open the window. That's always a plus. And the other stuff I have, I don't like it because I don't like to use it on painted pieces because you can see every single brush stroke, no matter what brush stroke I use or what brush I use. Whether it's a foam brush, a regular bristle brush where I'm barely touching the surface. I almost need to get like a old gift card or something. Let's see about using that as a scraper maybe. But that one also smells really bad. And the smell seems to linger. I tried to do that on some of the pins. And whoo, buddy. That was a powerful smell. Some of them still smell like it. I'm like, oh gosh. It's like, really? If I revive the pins on the store, I still have shrink film. If I do that, I think I want to get some UV resin to put on the tops of them to seal them up that way. In the hopes that that won't stink as badly once it's cured. I mean, I'm pretty sure the UV resin probably stinks when you're putting it on. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. I've not used it. Alright. Okay. So, got another piece of tissue here. Clean off the top of the glue bottle. Alright.
I'm gonna send her to get the heating thing because of my back.
Okay. Does she need to take the measurements off the old one, or she knows what she's getting?
She knows it.
Why, was she cold?
It is a little chill in there, and she figures we'll probably need it.
Well, I mean, we were gonna have to get them soon anyway.
I told you the reason I didn't get it today is gonna hurt my back. So.
All right. I think he didn't hurt himself, did he?
Not what it looks like.
Okay.
Again, my mother kept him from getting up and bouncing around too much.
Okay.
Because he was gonna get out and start wiggling at her, but I didn't want him circling and getting run into.
I didn't want him like jumping up on his back legs because he's still on the muscle relaxer, and the pain pill might be masking how bad he feels. Because didn't you give him one earlier?
I did.
So.
I did give him one earlier.
Okay. Yeah. I just
I'll give him one today too.
All right. The last thing we need is a hurt doggo. Even more hurt doggo. Yeah, we have to turn the heater on soon. House full of older people. Russell and I don't mind as much, but like I was saying yesterday, we have to watch the pipes. Because a lot of them are cast iron under the house, apparently. House is that old. And it's just a crawl space. It's not like an actual basement where we can just, open the basement door and let the heat from upstairs drift down there, so. That feels really big. Alright, so this one needs to be a little bit smaller. Okay. And then we'll fill the rest in here with our blue. I think it's mostly the dark blue. I don't have the reference photo up, so I could be wrong about that, but I think we're just gonna go with the dark blue. Come on. Okay. Work on pushing this around. Get this all worked in there. So, oh yeah, I think I'd started to say this, but I didn't fully get to it. So, this coming week, we're going to have patch 9.1.5 hit. So, when we go to do our WoW Challenges stream next week, we'll take a look at testing the mall skip and see how that looks. We'll do a trial character first, and then we'll grab my level 50 pacifist that's been sitting there since Shadowlands came in, and we'll see what things look like for her, and then we'll throw the bloodthirsty in there and see what happens with Soul Snuggles. I think that's what the plan's gonna be. for that stream. Because we are still going to do the WoW stream next week. Because, dang burn it, we've got Bloodthirsties to level. Did I say we caught another mouse? We caught 2 mice in the last 24 hours. Ed came thundering in here last night. And I was like, what the hell was that all about? And Russell's like, I don't know. And he went to go see what was going on, and Ed was like hissing and growling at everybody, and we're like, that's not normal for Ed. Like, what is this? And thought that was very strange. And then Russell realized Ed caught a mouse in the house, in the kitchen. They've all been staring at this one spot in the kitchen. So he finally caught one. And he managed to wrestle it away from him. It was still kind of alive. We took it and dropped it off. I don't know if it was going to survive or not. It looked like it was bleeding from somewhere, but we don't know from where. But we dropped it off at our release location, and we're like, good luck, buddy. Last night after we got back, I had the camera up. I had the camera program open, watching it in the attic, and I saw 2 more mice running around up there. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So, they were kind of running around the traps that we had up there, but nobody was actually going into them. When Russell got up, he had a notification that that there had been movement on the camera, and both of them were investigating our smaller traps that were up there. One of them went in and got stuck in there, and the second one got spooked and took off. So he went and he dropped that one off this morning. That's how I ended up waking up. So, there you are. And now I lost you again. There you are. You're one that I lost a while ago that got caught in the weave of that other spot. So that's why I was up so early to begin with, and then because I kind of woke up when he came in, and I had the camera open for a little bit after I got up, and I could see another one walking around in there, so it's still up there. We're beginning to think that they were using these vines that were on the outside of the house to get in and out, and after we tore them down, they lost their way to the ground easily, or the way that they knew, and we think they're getting desperate because they're hungry, so they're starting to investigate the traps more, because before they weren't even coming down to near where the camera was, and now they are. So we're viewing this as progress. There you go. So there's at least one more up there. Do, 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 do. Is it still considered a world first if it's done on PTR? This is a question I have. Like, I thought world first only counted on live servers. Would a world first thing count on PTR?
Are you saying technically or for your group?
In general. If somebody did something that was considered, that hadn't been done yet, and they did it on PTR, and would that be considered a world first? Because it's PTR.
I don't. It depends on who you're asking. You can't say in general because it's two different things. It would be based off of the community in question. That's why usually World's First for rating doesn't count until they actually go live.
Okay, because this was Hardcore Andy's one-shot Ragnaros on the Seasons of Mastery PTR.
Yeah, so...
And they're like, World First. And I'm like...
Well, technically, if no one else has done it...
I'm like, but it's still PTR. It's not live
that's
yet.
why I'm saying you can't ask me that and say generally, because it depends on the community. So you're aware, her phrasing on how long she's going to be here is... till at least Monday, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to be seeing that much of her.
And she didn't bring anything with her?
I don't think we're going to see that much of her. I think she's just checking in and having some downtime before she goes back to family. So.
I think she remembered she's got nothing to do here.
Yeah. So.
No, I was just like, I don't know if I would really start boasting that's a world first considering it's on PTR. I mean, I'm not trying to knock the accomplishment, good for them, but I'll be more impressed if they manage to duplicate the effort on live.
Yes. Like I said, Blizzard at least won't count it.
Because not everybody plays PTR.
That plus there's no guarantee there's not some kind of stupid bug in PTR.
Yeah, so PTR is not always...
but still, good on them.
I mean, yeah, I mean...
It's neat that they did that.
It's an interesting accomplishment. I just... I have mixed feelings about doing something on PTR and calling it world first. Because PTR could be buggy, there could have been something else going on, that the mechanic wasn't working right, and it allowed them to do things. I'm not trying to knock the accomplishment, good for them. I just have questions about it. And that's not saying that things can't be weird on live, but how many other people were they going up against attempting to do it on PTR as well? I don't know about that. I mean, I don't think Blizzard counts it as a world first on PTR. Because I'm sure there would be a lot more raid guilds that would be boasting that they did the things on PTR or beta. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? It's an interesting question. Curious to know how you all feel. Do you consider something being done first on PTR as a world first? Okay. So we've almost got the head filled in. Almost. Alright. So I know his colors look a little dull. Cannot wait till we get the Mod Podge on there. It just makes the colors on the tissue paper just come alive. I know. Get in your spot. Get in your spot and stop being quite so fussy. Alright. So let's slide that into there. Maybe one more tiny piece in this crevice. Get in. No. There we go. All right. So let me slide you up there. And get this stylus cleaned up. I did have to try to re-glue him back into place. Alright, so this section here is gonna start our sneaky guys. So we're gonna need a black sneaky guy. So let me make one of those real quick. And I've got some blue guys here. And I'm gonna twist those two colors together. Just gonna kind of wrap them around each other, kind of like how we did for this one. And then we'll start to sneak that around itself. Now it's going to be a little more of a challenge on this one, because it's going to want to unroll in two different ways. So we should probably have the glue down. And be ready to go. So that's going to be in that section. Right, let me turn my paper towel around just to make sure that we're good and dry on the brush. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this guy again. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of glue on him in a vain attempt to try to hold him together. Alright, let me just clean off my brush real super quick here. So our hands are gonna get all kind of messy up in here. Alright, let's get the sleeves out of the way. Okay. Grab another one of these. All right. So again, I'm gonna just twist these two around each other. And then we'll wrap them around. So we're probably going to have a little more overlapping in here. So I know that's a lot of black happening in that section. So let's see if we can get a little bit more blue in here. Alright. Don't know how well that is seated in there. Hopefully that's seated in there enough. See what happens. All right. Grab another blue and just gonna make an X and then wrap it around, going down the length. So nothing too fancy there, and then just do the normal roll up like we had been doing with the others. Now these ones are... Who just meowed?
It's fucking
Oh. It sounded like it was My or Little.
Nope. Little's at my feet. My was somewhere in here. I don't know where she ended up.
She take off from your mom?
She wasn't super enthused to see her. I'll probably have to visit tonight in order to get her used to her again.
So did she go get the stuff?
Yeah, she's out getting it now.
What did you give her to, how are we procuring it?
No, on a card.
Okay.
Just, I wanted to make sure that there was no,
No fuckery afoot?
I wanted to make sure that she had enough. I told her to just get one, and I'll try to get more on actual money when we get paid.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know if they come in ones, do they? Because
she says they do.
Last time we ended up with a 3-pack.
Yeah, she says they do. If it doesn't, I'm sure I'll get a message in a second saying, "Oh, there's only one 3-pack," and I'll tell her to get it anyhow. Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna message
I mean, it's not like we're not gonna need them. With the amount of animal fur that the air conditioner was sucking up. Alright, so we don't need too many more of these ones. We need a few. But we don't need a ton where we're going to be wrapping the black up in it. That's probably like way too many. But, alright, so we'll grab these guys. So again, sorry about doing the art today. I really needed to get this worked on. So we'll go back to Planet Zoo on Fridays soon. It's just I've got to get my workload caught up here a bit for Christmassy things. And sometimes they don't want to cooperate. Sometimes the longer ones are actually easier to deal with. it's tough getting the dual colors wrapped sometimes. They do require a little bit more fussing. Alright, so just the two snakes and twist them together. And then wrap them up like the normal like snail shell shape that we've been doing. Okay, now that's probably good enough with the dual color there, and then we'll start to come in on just the solid blue for a little bit. Okay, I do have a bag of blue somewhere. We're gonna go with these first though, because these are outside of the bag. Alright. This glue bottle does not want to stop skinning over today. Where's one of my sticks? Okay. The little tips I cut off of my incense stick. Alright. So let's get that spread into that section. Okay. Whoop. Remember, don't let the glue sit in your brush, or you'll have to end up finding another brush to use. Don't use a good expensive brush for the glue, because you're ultimately just destroying it. Use an old one that's beat up. I mean, not one that's got like the bristles falling out of it. Don't go to quite that level of yucky brush, but you know, you want it to be still functional. It just doesn't need to be a high-end super expensive brush. Don't waste your expensive brushes on this. Some of those brushes you need a 40 off coupon to buy, and even then they still hurt depending on the brush. I know. I worked in the craft store industry. That and the watercolor and oil paint tubes. Oh my god. Depending on the color, some of them pigments are expensive. You all think I'm joking. Next time you're in the craft store. Especially for the artist grade ones. I rang up a teeny little thing of watercolor paint one day and actually did a price check on it because I didn't think it had come up right. It was like the length of my finger, and it was like $28. And I was like, what? And the person behind, they're like, yeah, that color is expensive. I'm like, are we sure this is the right one? And the person from the department's like, yeah, that pigment's a bit pricey. I was like, no shit. That's kind of crazy. Alright, Drop my brush. There's still a little bit of moisture in there. Alright. Now, I probably don't take care of my brushes good enough, but my brushes are all like brush sets that I got super cheap. I mean, the bristles generally don't fall out unless we're talking the hog hair ones that I had gotten for the oil painting stuff. Those ones fall out like crazy. But the other ones I got haven't been too bad. Alright. So the head's done. Yay. Let me slide us up here a little. Oh, I can't slide up anymore. Hold on. I'll go that way. No, we can't go up any further. Oh. We may have to turn this sideways again. Because this is as far as my camera angle is going to go, apparently. So, yeah, we might need to change that a little bit. Might have to put him back sideways. Oh, I had started to turn one and... My bad. Alright. So yeah, we'll probably have to turn that guy around. Well, we got to see him the proper way for a little bit. For a little bit. All right. So let's get this one. No. See, you and your little tail need to stay put. Alright, we're going to have to hold that one in place for just a minute. So while we're doing that, let me check on a couple of things. So since we've had a few more people come in, let me pose the question to you guys, even if it's just to ponder it. Do you consider the first ones to do something on PTR? Do you still consider that a world first? Or is the PTR something that would give you pause? I mean, not knocking the accomplishment, it's still... That scared the shit out of me. Russell's phone ringing. Like, not knocking the accomplishment at all. I'm just not sure if World First should be tacked on there since it happened on PTR.
Okay, what's the alternative?
Don't know.
Just get the basic for now. Yeah, I recognize we'll have to swap a little bit more often, but there's not much I can do about that.
Alright.
Well, for now, just get the basic ones we have for tonight. Okay?
So,
Nothing.
what's the matter?
Nothing. We had options, and she needed me to decide which option to go with.
As far as I know, we always got the cheaper option.
Yeah, well, she was talking about getting the not cheap option. I'm like, well,
We don't have money to throw around on not a cheap option.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it would have done anything. We mostly have it to keep the cat hair out of the heating system. That's pretty much what it is. This house can't have its air filtered, so...
It's too drafty for that.
Yeah.
You'd have to have an airtight house for that to work. Does she forget all of the gaps and things around the doors? We don't need to be spending $30 on one air filter that's gonna end up getting tossed in a month anyway because of the cat hair. And our shitty bastards, so... Like, what? Let's just be real about that. Oh, goodness. They earned their keep last night. Well, at least Ed did. Cal was still in kitty timeout, or else we might not have gotten the mouse alive from Ed. You have the pleasure of informing me that you just hit level 40 without dying. Very nice, Dave. That's a new personal best for you, isn't it? That is outstanding. Now, is this your character that you're doing anything goes with? Very good job. Nice. Congratulations, sir. That is a very big accomplishment for you. Claps for Dave.
Yay!
I don't know if the husband got picked up on the microphone or not. You have had no combat for the last 5 levels. Oh, very good. Very good. Kind of mixing and mashing up all of the challenges together there. All right. Ugh, I have got to do photo research tonight. I've got a lot to do. Should probably do the photo research tomorrow, which is probably what will really end up happening because I don't really get anything done. Thank you. Yes, it did come through. Yay! I never know what angle he's gonna get picked up at. Because sometimes he's talking and it doesn't get picked up and it sounds like I'm just talking to myself. No, don't unravel. Don't do that. But, I might just do that tomorrow. I don't normally get anything done on show days, because I usually get up too late to really get anything major accomplished. And then after the show, I'm like making dinner and then doing more show things, probably till like midnight, because I'm slow. Heads up, guys, there will be no Day of the Dead article, okay? Don't look for it, you're not getting one. It's like a quest, maybe 2. I don't really know if you should take your challengers to it anyway. It's really not. There's not much to it. But don't look for one because it won't be there. Oh, I need to add that to the... Damn it! Keep remembering things that need to be added to that doc. I didn't add it on there because I wasn't doing it. And I don't think anybody else thought to put it on there. Okay. Get our glue. And we'll get this section put in here. And we'll get that cleaned up. I will respond to the tweet when I am done here, Dave. Unless Lita gets it, but Lita really hasn't been on Twitter lately. She hasn't really had time to be. Alright. Oh, did you ever fix the smoke detector, or are you gonna wait till the heater finishes burning off?
No, it's fixed.
Okay. You didn't rehang it though, right? You left it where it was?
No, I just left it down so I can get to it.
We were cooking the other night, and it was getting kind of smoky in the kitchen, so we're like, eh. Let's preemptive it going off. All right. So we're making some progress. Oh, we have to do some black and green in there. Where's my stick? Okay. So there's that piece, and now I'm wearing half of my glue. That's not good. Try to get that glue skin off of my finger so it doesn't stick to the paper. All right. So excited to do our needle felting. We can't do it till December though. End of December. What day does Christmas fall on this year? I have no idea. I haven't looked that far ahead. November falls on a Saturday. Oh, so then our Sunday we can do needle felting. Fun. That's exciting. And the podcast should be on break, so we might do an extra bonus. No, there won't be a stream on Christmas Day because I have to cook. That's right. That ain't happening. Because I'm going to be cranky. Because I'm going to have to get up early. And be on normal people who are awake schedules to cook for everyone. So not much sleep will be had that day. But we will be doing a Christmas Eve stream. Most likely Planet Zoo. Most likely. Or we could do something fun. And we could do... Depends on what time we go live. Honestly. We could do Christmas ornaments that night. If we don't do them beforehand. There's a chance we could do them beforehand. Okay. Let's get this wrapped around itself. Well, we're trying to. It doesn't want to. Alright. Okay. Okay, so now we're just down to mostly a solid color, at least for the next little bit. Okay. So is anybody doing any fun things this weekend for Halloween? Halloween parties? You guys giving out candy? We're not giving out candy. Every year that we've bought bags and bags of candy, we've had like 2 people. Because we're not actually in a neighborhood per se. We're on this busy road. So we're just going to turn our light off. I remind my mother that we're turning the light off because she still smokes, so she goes out there. It's going to be pitch black. She's either going to have to refrain for 2 hours. Oh my gosh, everybody in town was in such a tizzy on Facebook. On 2 of the Facebook pages. They're like, when's everybody doing trick-or-treating? Because it falls on a Sunday. Are we actually doing it Sunday or is it on Saturday? Like, what day is everybody doing it? I'm like, guys, it's on Sunday. Because Saturday they're doing trunk-or-treat with the police department at the state park. One of their Shop with a Cop fundraisers that they use to I think they're doing like raffles and stuff to get money together for Shop with a Cop for the kids, the needy kids who whose parents don't really have money to do Christmas shopping. They'll take them, if you sign up to be on the list, they'll take them to like Walmart with a certain budget and let them pick out a gift for the parents or what have you. But so that's going on, and I actually saw something on Facebook from on one of the townspeople run pages, and they're like, oh, chili cook-off this day, no costumes. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, right. So, like, wow. Because I think it might be Saturday, and they're like, absolutely no costumes. And I was like, all right then. Somebody's got a bee in their bonnet, I guess. It was very kind of weird that they had to mark that on there. What if somebody's kid's like really into their costuming comes? I mean, are you gonna bar the kid from entering? I mean, Seems kind of weird, but all right. Sure. But it's so funny down here because some of the places skirt the line. We don't celebrate Halloween. That's the devil's holiday. But we'll totally have a fall festival with candy and you can dress up. That's fine. And I'm like, so you're having a Halloween party? They're like, no, it's a fall festival. And I'm like, sure. Just like, really? All right. Like, you know, everybody else is just calling it a Halloween party, right? Like, come on now. Actually, I'm not sure if they're doing one across the street this year. That might have been what it was going on last Saturday. There was a whole bunch of cars there. There's not normally cars there on a Saturday in the afternoon. But they weren't there that long, so I don't know. Maybe they were putting finishing touches on whatever they were working on. I'm just glad they fixed the light in their parking lot. It's lit up like a football field over there now. There's so very little streetlights around here. Some sections to walk through at night is really kind of scary. Especially with the wildlife that there can be around here. It's like, I'd like to see what's about to eat me, please. Okay, thanks. I mean, we always have a flashlight with us anyway, because half my wardrobe's black and it's dark, so we want to make sure that A, we can see, and B, people see that there's somebody over there. It's like, yeah, hi, see this light? This belongs to a person. Don't hit me. I'm actually surprised at the amount of people that do walk at night that don't carry flashlights with them. I'm like, guys, you look like a shadow on the side of the road, so at least have some kind of reflective clothing on or something. If you're not going to carry a flashlight. Or a backpack with reflective strips on it. Buy some of that reflective tape and put it on the back of your shoes, something. Something. Give yourselves a fighting chance to not be squished. Where else was she going?
That was it as far as I know.
She should have been back by now. Doesn't take that long to check out an air filter. She was only going to Ace.
No, she had to go to Lowe's. I told you that. She went to Lowe's.
I didn't hear you say Lowe's. I thought she was going to the hardware store around the corner.
Went to Lowe's.
What, here didn't have them? We always got them here.
I don't know if she assumed that they didn't have them, or if she went to Lowe's thinking it was cheaper. I don't know. But that's where she ended up going.
All right. Kind of filling in there. Kind of wish this blue had been a little bit closer to our paint blue, but it's hard to judge color when you're ordering it online. That's okay. We're making it work. All right. Get that guy squished into there. All right. What time is it? 4 o'clock. We did start a little bit early today because I was awake. Another good thing about doing the Mod Podge is because it's used for decoupage a lot, it'll help make sure everything's glued together in their layers. If anything didn't get a proper gluing. Okay. Zuzu, what are you biting? Do you have a hot spot? He's been getting them lately. Like, I hate for his hair to be too short coming into winter, because he's just a little guy. And we don't have any coats for them right now. But he's getting so itchy, and we're not finding any fleas, and he got his flea medication, so I don't know what the hell's going on. And it's not like it's the heater drying it out, because the heat hasn't been on yet. Like, I don't think it's a food allergy. Because he's had this dog food before. So I don't know what's going on, unless his hair being a bit longer is the only thing that's really changed. Is his hair's growing out from the last time he had a haircut. So I really don't want Russell to cut his hair, but we may not have a choice. That squished into there. So I'm getting all sorts of coated and glue all over my fingertips here. That's just the way it's gonna be. Alright, so let's get, because I mean the stylus is only helps so much. Still kind of have to place it down in there. And if you heard that high-pitched voice going on in the background, that was the mother-in-law being loud. Alright, so get this one slipped into there. I'm not sure if I can get one more in there. That's kind of a tight squeeze. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this guy so that we can get more of him in view. Alright. And let's get some more body work put in here. Okay, that might not have been enough glue. Might be enough. We'll just have to work quickly. That's all. Alright, so yes, he's starting to come together very nicely. Sorry we are now sideways, but it's hard to get the 11 by 14s completely in frame here, and still see what I'm doing, and have it be portrait length. It's sort of doable, but then I'm like really zoomed out because I only have so many options with this particular camera. I really loved the utility options on the other camera, but the picture was shit. Like all the colors were kind of half washed out, and I like the picture better on this one. I just don't love my I just don't love not having camera options. If I could marry the two cameras together, I'd be happy about that. Cameras are expensive. We have our good DSLR camera. We have a good photo camera. But we didn't have a good way to set it up. And I don't know if we ever actually got the cable to hook it up to my computer. I know we'd been trying to get the cable. I don't know if we ever got the right cable though. We ended up with one, and I think we had to send it back because it wasn't the right cable. But I'd rather keep that just for photos. I don't want anything to happen to that because that was a very expensive camera that we cannot replace. Certainly not readily. All right. That in there. All right. He's coming to life, guys. It's all sorts of exciting. Well, for me, I'm finding it exciting. I guess one of us should be excited, right? Because if I'm not excited about what I'm working on, then what the fuck are we doing here? But get that squished into there. My husband disappeared again. And I thought I heard him out in the car, so now I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He wasn't dressed to go somewhere. And he sent his mom to go get the things because he kind of fucked up his back earlier. Alright. Unless we caught another mouse, but I don't think we did. Oh no, I hear him. Wonder what he went outside to do then. Alright. Oh, we have our electronics cleanup day coming up. We have a microwave we need to drop off. And some computer shells that we've removed the hard drives from that we need to get rid of. They're doing a free drop off, I think, the end of next week. We can't miss that, because otherwise I think it's like $5 or $10 an item if you have to take it to the dump. As it is, we have an air conditioner we have to drop off. It started smelling like chlorine when it was running, and we're like, oh no, 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 that's not good. So we had to quick turn that one off, and then the one we replaced it with, we didn't even run it this year. Not in our room, we just relied on the house AC. Because, you know, bills. A little chilly in here last night. But our room wouldn't have been on the heating system anyway. And it was cold in the rest of the house. And it was okay in here. But then when I put the fan on when I went to bed, it got kind of chilly, kind of quick. But I can't sleep without a fan. It doesn't go well. So now whenever we go on vacation, we've learned to, we're not really vacation. We don't really go on vacation. First vacation we were on was, since we were married, was 3 years ago. But when we had to go up and get my dad and then get my mom, we learned to bring my fan with us, my little small tabletop fan. Because even though the AC was running in the hotel room... Where did you go?
Nothing. I went and let my mother in.
Oh, it sounded like you went out and put something in the car.
Oh, yeah. My mother had brought some treats that my aunt is giving her dog for the sake of his joints and everything. And I appreciate the spirit, but it's shit that our dog isn't going to eat.
Oh, give her insurance card, please.
Oh, where is it?
It's up with the bills. New car insurance cards came for her car. For some reason, they don't come at the same time for Russell's and her car. Come at different times. And I'm not really sure why, because they got those cars at the same time. Pretty much. Because Russell had to co-sign on her car. So that she could get a better payment option. But they've since been paid off. So that's one payment we don't have to worry about. Alright. So we will put this one in here. So did you guys turn the heat on yet or no?
No. You want me to?
That's up to you. It doesn't affect us because
the smell, will that put you off while you're doing your thing?
It's gonna upset me no matter when you do it. It's not gonna give me a headache. It's just gonna upset me.
All right, let me go turn it on.
Make sure you retape the bottom of that.
I already did.
Okay.
I also secured it properly with the hook, so.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to grab with the hook. I don't know why. Our door for where we put the the filter in. The bottom of it, I couldn't get it to catch. And the filter just kind of sits in front of this large intake hole that just goes down into the ducts, and our cats are nosy bastards. Especially the kitten. So I really didn't want anybody fucking with something and getting into a space that they didn't belong. And then us having a bigger problem. Okay. So now these guys are like, no, I'm not gonna stick now. For some reason. Probably because I'm layering them up. And they're just being silly about it. Okay. Putting this into place. So I've actually made a fair amount of progress today. I think, because we got the beak put in. Oh, that's what I'm hitting. So we got the beak put in. We finished off the face. And now we're kind of working on down the neck here. So that's good. And this guy kind of tucked in there. That little tail is just wanting to hang out and be all sorts of trouble. Okay. Getting this guy kind of squished on in there. Alright. So, getting this piece kind of tucked into here. Oh, forgetting I picked that one up and sat that one down. All right. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now we won't be finishing it today because there's just not that kind of time. Hoping to get closer to being done by Sunday. Really depends on how far we get here this afternoon. Okay. Now, I actually need our black pieces back. Stick that over there. And we need some of our green here. Now our green pieces are kind of small, but we might be able to get that to work. The green ones are a lot more delicate for some reason. These ones just kind of want to rip in half instead of twist. Which I find kind of fascinating. So we need a few of these so that we can do this section and get that kind of settled in and thinking about being secure. So we don't need a whole lot. Need a little bit. Do kind of wish I had this in a slightly larger size. I mean, we could make a slightly larger one. Just very gently join the two. Don't know how well it's going to hold when we start to twist it around the other piece. We'll see. I'd feel better if I could do it more on a diagonal, but see, that one just kind of shredded. All right. And we'll turn that one. Okay. So let's start to, if the glue will come out of the bottle. It's taking its time. Okay. So we'll get this worked into here. We're gonna do small sections on this, just because I know this is gonna involve some fussing to get things to cooperate. So let's grab one of our extended ones. See if we can gently twist it around itself. Let's see if we can get this to take. So we know it was a little bit fussy. Who is tapping my foot? Oh, it was Zuzu. Alright. So just kind of have to twist and pull at the same time so it doesn't get too bunchy. This little tail, tuck that in. All right. gonna grab one of these little guys on their own. And fail miserably at getting it in there. Because I feel like we should have a couple in here that are not mixed in. Just to break it up just a little bit. Okay. So let's grab two more, kind of make an X, and then just kind of gently wrap them around each other. That one wrapped really good. That was nice. If only they would all do that quite so beautifully. Okay. Gonna need a few more greens here. Especially of the longer variety. Or at least the semi-longer variety. Sweet awkwardly try to wrap them around itself. Nope, 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 nope. Failed that one. That was a fail. And that one tore. Okay, let's grab a different one. Okay. So just kind of like folding up the middle to overlap the two, and then twisting when I get to the top. This one's just a hot mess altogether. See if we can salvage them to some degree. Alright. So let's grab another set here. This one didn't wrap as well, but that's okay. Some are good. Some are not as good. But that's okay. Alright. Grab a couple more. And we'll work on getting this next one down. At least we don't have to do too much in this, because the double wrapped ones are kind of a bit of trouble. I mean, sometimes they can look pretty good, but they're just a pain. Getting them to behave in a manner that you want them to. And what do we think? Should we have a couple of just black ones in there? kind of thinking maybe we should. Since we have a couple of green ones in there without the black mix. I don't want the black to take over though, so. But it does need to be there, like just enough. Alright, before we put some more glue down, let's get some more paper sorted here. Dang it. This green is so soft. It's almost too soft. If that's even possible. Hoping we have a couple of small thinner black ones that we can wrap these around so I don't have to double these up, because it's that kind of software. It's just tearing. Like, yeah, just doing these, it's just twisting it in the middle. Like when you roll the paper, when you roll like your clay snakes, and they get that thin spot in the middle, and then they just break off. Kind of what's happening here. Kind of. I mean, granted, we're not working with clay, but only imagine how heavy this would be if we were doing this in clay. I mean, the one Sculpey that I was using previously was pretty light when it dried, but I can only imagine. Alright. So we still have some more black already to go, so I don't think we're gonna need a whole lot more. At least on this color. Alright, let's see. What do we got in our bag here? I know these are a little bit bigger than our green ones, but let's see what we can do here. Although looking at it from here, it's really hard to tell that those were even wrapped around each other. So maybe we were making more work for ourselves than we really needed. Okay. Got that in place. Rinse out the brush. Okay. So let's work on this. Yeah, they kind of just look like they're wrapped around each other more than anything, like side by side. No. It doesn't want to cooperate. Stop that. Okay. I know you guys can't really see my hands and what I'm arguing with, but alright, let's get that kind of tucked into there. If anything, we may not have enough green since it's looping so small. It's hard because the green is really super soft and the black is kind of crunchy, so they're being a little at odds with each other as I'm trying to wrap them around, because the black doesn't want to twist and the green's like, yeah, we'll twist all day. Alright. If we have any little tails that escape there, we can probably clean that up with the blue when we bring that back down. Alright, so I think we're gonna do another solid black one. In there. So I do need to transfer some money out of my PayPal. I need to get a container of cheap cookie cutters, because the cookie cutters I have are for food, and it's not a good idea to mix stuff with art supplies and then use it on food, no matter how well you wash it. Unless it was something edible to begin with. Like those food coloring dye markers or something. Or like if it was like a candy mold made for candy and stuff like that, but what I'm going to be doing with them, they shouldn't go back and be used with food afterwards, so gonna have to take $10 and get those. I think I have to get the metal ones. Don't know if the plastic ones are gonna work. I think I read that over time the stuff in the polymer clay can degrade plastic stuff as you're working with it. Alright. that piece tucked into there. Ah, let go. We had a stowaway attached to the fingernail. Alright, that one in place there. And we'll get this one tucked on up into here. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. My mother just needed to borrow my charger. She forgot her charger. For her lifeline.
That she keeps destroying? Sorry, the mother-in-law had to have 2 phones replaced this year. So I told Russell, I said, Russell's on the same plan as his mom. I said, you better not let anything happen to your phone, because we're out of phone replacements for the year, I think. She jumped into the pool with it in her pocket. And didn't think about it over the summer. And I don't know what happened to the second one. I think the second, no, that was the second one, was her jumping into the pool. I think the first one, the screen died or something. I don't fully remember. Okay. No. This one's being fussy. But joke's on him now. Now he's gonna stick whether he wants to or not. Now that he's all covered with glue. I mean, my fingers are a mess, but he shouldn't be going anywhere now. Alright. So, my WoW people, don't forget, Hollow's End is wrapping up on Monday morning. So, if you're gonna trick or treat, you need to get moving. I think we're gonna need more green here. I do believe. That is gonna be the case here. At least it's a different shade of green than we've been working with. Dropping everything. But would it really be an art stream without me dropping everything? I mean, usually dropping a paintbrush, something. It's kind of a requirement that something has to get dropped. I don't do it on purpose. It just works out that way. That smooshed into there. Okay. So I think, yes. I do see that there's like 2 greens still sitting there. But they're not gonna be enough. So, get that one smushed into there. Okay. Get that one tucked into there. Alright, so it's Friday. I think it's Friday. It should be Friday. It doesn't feel like Friday. For me, I don't know why. It just doesn't. Probably because my stream schedule is all discombobulated here. More than likely. That's gonna be the reason. Alright, get that tucked into there. Now I've almost gotten this color laid in here. Oh, I've got all these little glue bits all over my fingers. It's distracting. It's maddening, I tell you. Reason I keep my nails short. That, I always end up managing to whack them on something and breaking them anyway. And then they get on my nerves because I can't type right. My nails get to a certain length and then I'm oddly aware of them. And like everything they touch, it just makes my skin crawl. Like even just their pressure on the tips of my fingers will sometimes just be too much. And I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Gotta cut them. Alright. Come on. Alright. Got that all squished down in there. Okay, I'll get these guys back in their bag for now. And we'll tread onward with... Oh, I had some. Oh. I just saw the bag to the side that had that color in it. Well, shit. Oh, well. That's okay. We didn't lose too much time twisting those. So again, we're going to try to work in smaller sections here. Just to make it a little bit easier. I don't have to worry about the glue drying as fast. Okay, well, just a spot in there. Okay. Get that cleaned up. All right. Next layer. If we would. This candle, I'm gonna end up destroying it. Completely by accident. No. Don't do that. Okay. That one's just gonna be a bit of a mess. Just completely was like, nah, I'm out. Just like, what do you mean? You're supposed to be twisted. So I did notice where I'm like layering this up on top of each other. Kind of weird, but that was an odd noise. I think a tractor just went by, like a farm tractor. It's like a little put-put noise that went by every so often. They'll go by. A couple of the people have their properties split, so they'll take it from over one area somewhere behind us and then drive it, I guess, back to their house. Sometimes they take it to the car wash to clean it up a bit, I guess, to get any mud or anything off of it. Gosh, that car wash, man. Like, once a week during the summer, they had somebody down there, like, dredging the drains in the stalls, scooping out all of the mud that was in there for hours because people go off-roading with their ATVs and actually go mudding with them, and then they hose them off there, and I'm like, oh god, that's gotta be hell on his drainage system. Only imagine how much that must cost to have done. Like, the one night the guy was down there like 4 or 5 hours going through the different stalls, and one he had just demudded the drain, and he just moved on to the next one over, and somebody pulled in and was hosing all this mud right back off their ATV type vehicle, and I'm like, really? I felt so bad for the guy. I'm like, wow. It's like, that's gotta suck. I mean, the dude that owns that car wash must make a decent amount of money to at least pay the taxes on the property, because there's always cars there. Doesn't seem to matter what time of day it is, especially during the summer. Like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, people down there washing their cars. I feel really bad though. There's a couple of people that live right behind this car wash and like right next to it. And lately that place has become the hangout for a few people, and they're treating it like it's some random parking lot out in the middle of nowhere of Party Town. And they've got the doors open on their vehicle, their music cranked up, like Russell and I can hear it, and we're like 4 doors down, We're not even like right next to the property. And it was obnoxious. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. And it was a work night too. It was the middle of the week. And I'm like, really? But I don't think anyone could make a noise complaint until like 11. But everybody around here seems to go to bed so early. Because either they've got a farm to run, or they've got a long commute in the morning. Like from here to Bentonville's probably close to an hour, if not an hour and a half. So that's gotta suck. I mean, I was pissed for them. I'm just like, damn. It's that loud down here. And like, these people thought nothing of it. And I'm just like, wow. Like, there's all kinds of other places you could go. Because they weren't even washing their car at that point. They were just sitting there. Like, they could have gone down to the gas station. They could have gone down to the grocery store's parking lot. They could have hung out in Sonic's parking lot. I'm just like, really? You're gonna park right there. All right. It's just very bizarre. But then again, there was a group that was doing donuts in the car washes, parking lot at like 2 a.m. Not donuts. They were doing burnouts. And I think they did get arrested. Not for doing the burnout, but for something else. Because I haven't seen that particular vehicle in quite a while. I think I had read somewhere about an arrest that had been made down there, because the one night the cops were down there. People are just so rude. The blue dye off of this color is starting to seep out onto my fingers. Like I can see it on the edge of my one fingernail. It's not terrible, but it is somewhat noticeable. Are you gonna stay? Maybe? All right. We're getting there. I was hoping to at least finish this part of the body, but don't know if that's gonna happen today. At the very least, it'll happen on Sunday. At the very least. So looking at what we have left to do, I'm thinking this isn't gonna get done this week. We'll get this section done by Sunday, or on Sunday. Probably have another 2 sessions after Sunday. Hoping it's only 1. It depends on how far we get Sunday. Where's posting more of this because I still have some twisted. Not a lot twisted, but I still have some. So yeah. We just have straight color to do down here left. So we might have to do a double art session next week again, for which I do apologize, because I know Zoo seems to at least draw in the pop in and outs, but we may have to do that double up next week too. But it really depends on how far we get Sunday. I don't see us finishing all of this on Sunday since we still have this to go. It's possible. It depends on what time we get started. And also how I'm feeling on Sunday, because I haven't been feeling well lately. It's been migraine central. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think we're going to stop there because my fingers are sore as shit. And I need to get some more blue paper twisted. But yes, we're going to pause there for today. So thank you guys for popping in and giving me some of your time today and hanging out. Tomorrow there's Wild Challenges podcast. It's a Halloween show. I don't know what Lita's got planned. Chris might be co-hosting tomorrow. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I think she said Chris was gonna be. But I could also be mistaken, or plans could have changed. So that's going on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern on their Twitch page. Sunday we'll be back working on this, trying to finish up the section down in here. And maybe getting this section started up here. Maybe. We'll see. We have a lot to do up there. This is going to be a little involved, so that's why I'm saying maybe. We'll definitely get this done on Sunday. Yeah, so we might have to double up an art stream next week. It could be a Tuesday, we might squeeze in Planet Zoo on Friday. It depends on if the husband has D&D this week. One of his players is in the process of moving to a different state, so I don't know if they are playing this week or if they have to skip. I don't think he knows yet. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, thanks you guys. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Stay safe if you're going to any Halloween parties. Make sure you have a designated driver. Make sure you're checking your candy, because there's some horrible human beings out there. And all that stuff. Make sure you have a flashlight or something, some kind of blinky light or whatever if you go trick-or-treating in the dark. Just so that people can see you. It's always important. Don't want any Halloween tragedies. Get one last look at this guy from the correct view, but I'm going to need to redo the size on him. So where's that damn candle I keep trying to there we go. If I adjust the camera, it's gonna be a little bit more bouncy, but so he's looking pretty good. He's filling in. He's getting some more life to him. Sorry, the camera's gonna bounce because of the angle that it's on. I'll try not to move around too much. But yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. So we'll pick this back up on Sunday. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at NisiBGN. I usually post when I'm about to go live over there when I remember. I also archive all of the live streams on YouTube in case you miss one or had to duck out in the middle. So that's going to be on the YouTube channel at NisiBGN. Sorry, I'm looking at my camera and it's doing weird things and it's bothering me. So not at NisiBGN, it's just NisiBGN on the YouTube channel. Why is it doing that? I think my monitor is shaking. Ever so slightly. That's weird. Anyhow, I don't know if that's actually translating through or not. It could be. There's also the Kofi page if you don't want to donate through Twitch. And you wanted to donate, you can go through Kofi. Kofi goes directly to my PayPal. So that's another option for you. And there's a small gallery of stuff that I've done. Some is for sale, some isn't for sale, some was for sale and came off of Etsy and I just never reposted it. So we got that going on too. And there's the Etsy shop as well. Right now I think I only have 2 things up. I think the third one dropped off last night and I forgot to deal with it and I need to repost it. So apparently me just turning my head is making my camera shake. That is bizarre. Yeah, so you guys have a great night. Thanks for your time. Hopefully I'll see you at the podcast tomorrow. If I don't, then hopefully I will see you Sunday for more art time. And in the meantime, stay safe and have a good one. Night, guys.